Yo, is that Scorpigus, the Scorpigus?
Is that Techie Proteckie in the flesh live in 4K?
My brother, good to see you. How you been?
It's been a fantastic day.
Good to hear. Well, we are here together for the first Tiny Risk podcast, right? No theme so far.
One of us.
Welcome, Cella Cakes.
One of us. One of us.
Hell yeah. It's just going to be me and Scorpius, my buddy, longtime pal, best friend on this planet. Shooting shit and talking about stuff in politics, news, drama, whatever the fuck we feel like it, honestly. So let's start off. Scorpius, have you heard?
Shoot.
Have you heard about Sam Hyde's new video?
I have not heard about Sam Hyde's new video. What is the...
I've been holding off myself. I haven't been tuning in yet. But I did hear it's a little bit controversial. Would you like to tune in and see?
I would love to.
All right. We got Sam Hyde, the man, the myth, the legend. Unfortunate neck position, whatever the fuck this shot is. Holy shit, dude. That's more than a nasal labia fold.
He's 38% head.
Ooh, sounds like my ex. Sorry, let's hit play.
Redline your car?
Wait, pause. What is Sam Hyde famous for? I've heard the name. Who, what, why?
Who is Sam Hyde? Let's give that a fucking Google search.
There's so many names that you end up seeing like in these spheres, and I have no idea. It just gets lost in the weeds, the murkiness.
Samuel Whitcomb Hyde, born in 85. Fucking shit, that's old. Do you know anyone born in 85?
85?
Yeah.
That's when like you get AARP, right? Like
your dad's from 85, right?
Sure.
Am I wrong?
I think you'll like it if I say it. Yeah.
Okay, sure. Co-founder of sketch comedy group $1 Million Extreme, alongside Nick Rochefort. Don't know him. Charles Carroll? Nope. It's transgressive style.
Transgressive?
Too early in the podcast to focus on those words. Let's see. Born in Massachusetts. Fucking, he was a comedian.
So he made a sketch comedy group. That's like his...
Yeah. His show got canceled for vocal support for Donald Trump.
He's MAGA.
Okay. Education. He's a BFA. That ain't shit. Anyways, I think he's just a dude. Oh, he did do the fish tank thing. You remember the fish tank thing?
Fish tank.
It was a live stream.
Yes. Yeah.
Just people in a fucking house. Yeah, I think he's just an asshole. Also, people love this image. Have you seen this image before?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. People will send this image to like news groups when there's like a school shooting and be like, oh, this is the shooter. It's just Sam Hyde. Oh yeah, creator class training. Okay.
Okay, he's whatever. Yeah.
He's that guy.
MAGA dude that made like he did comedy stuff and
Is this audio too loud? Is it soft?
I can't. Your car.
It could be a little louder.
You got to redline it.
She's a car guy.
All right, she's a classic car guy. What kind of cars is she into?
What was the one in Ferris Bueller's Day Off?
Ferrari.
Ferrari. They had to restart the odometer or reset the odometer.
Well, that's what you do when you sell a car. What a gay little car. 250 GT California. How much do those go for? $100,000. Get out of here. Now we're doing a return to classical elegance here. How did they back in the day when they wore hats to take the train?
I know who
how did they
Vivek
not
Ramaswamy
adjust
is.
their
I don't see
balls
how
50
this-
times a day?
About Vivek Ramaswamy? I mean, or is there like a different Vivek?
It'll get there. Oh,
Or is
this
it
is
like-
a
like
47-minute video.
Alec or something? I don't.
This video is 47 minutes long, brother.
Responds to. Okay, so he's talking to Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah. You want to watch 47 minutes of Sam Hyde?
This is a dealer's
Hi,
choice
Sam.
kind of video.
Right now, my family is going through a pretty big upheaval. Our new landlords at our shop are Arab, and they're
Nation.
hey, Sam.
Jesus Christ, Sam Hyde. This is a boring video. I'm going to just give you fucking swearing.
This guy, you swear too much. Don't swear so much.
You pre-watched.
It's not necessary.
No, I didn't pre-watch
There's
this.
no way you knew.
I'm reading the fucking the titles of the timestamps. Pre-watch the Sam Hyde 47-minute expose on Dear Vivek. Fuck you. What else do we have? We have fucking up.
It's almost always the bad guys, I would imagine.
The Lord
right?
and Savior himself.
Probably.
Jesus Christ. What's your take on on Destiny's little incident recently?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go with, and oh damn, episode 1. I'm already coming up with the hot takes. There might be a rift here. Here might be a tiny rift.
Yeah.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You have an understanding of who this person is, who their persona is, the claims made against them. You're going to engage in a sexual nature with this person. You kind of know which. It's a difference between like fault and responsibility. Like, what's the common one is like you have it's not your fault that your car got broken into, but it's your responsibility not to leave it in a place overnight where it might get broken into. Which it can come off like super victim blamey. Yeah, like I totally get that, and I'm not saying there's like faults. You know what? I'm just gonna. What's your take? What do you
No, you didn't even answer it. You're just
No,
like, responsibilities are up to the fucking person.
I mean, okay. I think what if he did what they're saying he did, right? Depending on how the court case turns out, he's definitely in the wrong. He shouldn't have done what he did. Big bad stuff. When he was talking about separating the medium from like the actions, separating like what he did between his personality and his channel. Yeah, okay, based, like it, cool beans. It won't really affect like if he says something that's truthful. I'm not gonna
Base Destiny?
maybe base Destiny.
Maybe Base Destiny.
But also like this conversation we could have could last like 30 minutes and it's gonna end up making me sound super victim blaming, and I'm not sure.
You think so?
I know so. I know because I had this conversation earlier, not today, but a couple days ago.
Well, in my opinion, I think Destiny kind of just he went too close to the sun.
He gooned too close. Careful,
you know?
Icarus.
Yeah, he was Icarus as fuck.
Yeah.
We have Don Vader saying Destiny is not based. He follows it up with he's a cuck and a gooner.
Wait,
I feel like
being a gooner isn't based.
I hold on. Do you goon? You a proud gooner?
I'm like a seasonal gooner.
Seasonal, like when you say seasonal, you mean like from 6 p.m. to midnight and then midnight to 6 a.m.
It's intuitive. There's no. It's purely intuitive when to goon and when not to goon.
Okay, we have Don Vader in call. Maybe he wants to talk about the Destiny gooning situation. Don Vader, I'll pull you in.
Hello.
Hi, Don Vader. How do you feel about Destiny gooning?
Well, he's definitely put himself in a position that is quite awful. But he kind of has been doing this for like a long time now. He's definitely got himself like with these leaks that have come out that it's literally dead to rights at this point. Nothing that he can really do.
But dead to what?
I think the claims seem to be like the big difference is he sent something to somebody else, and that's why I think there might be like some kind of like negligence claim or whatever he's going to be charged with and stuff. Because like he's saying, I didn't put this stuff out there, so it's not as bad, but I sent this stuff to somebody else, and it was only one person. I don't know. What do you? Yeah, Don. What do you?
I just don't think it's. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, if you're going to interact with a streamer, here's the real talk now. You're probably going to get. There may be an issue where some type of drama is going to come about from it. Well, no matter how like genuine that person is, they are in the public limelight, you know. And if you're going to interact with them, your personal shit may eventually come into that public limelight, and you need to be prepared for that.
You know what? I feel like if you're sucking Ashton Kutcher's dick, your titties might be on live leak.
It's true. It's true. There may be an instance where your titties may be on live leak. You need to be prepared for that.
I would also like to say before when I was talking about Destiny saying, "Oh, it's not too bad," he wasn't actually saying that. That's just some things so that I can like kind of inference from maybe some other people. He directly has said like, don't defend this thing if it actually happened. Just disclaimer.
Okay. So look, in my opinion, you said, People have to take social responsibility for the actions they engage in, and they understand the risks socially of what they're going to do. I would say the man is not. The man's held to some type of standard with like how he should behave himself, and like, look, this is what you get into when you're fucking around people. It's not like he went out and was like, I have your nudes and I'm posting them online, right? The story is that he had someone's nudes and another person who he was intimate with got a hold of those nudes through like a screen share thing. And she recorded them and then she got her account hacked.
Yes, I understand that.
This feels like if I had your nudes in my dresser and my house got robbed and they took your nudes and posted them on Reddit. Like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have kept your nudes post relationship.
Yeah. No, I understand that.
The act of theft led to.
Would you say it's more apropos to say you had the nudes and then you put it in your dresser and then you moved somebody into your house and then said, "Hey, this is the dresser you're going to be using to put all your clothes in"?
No,
and
because
they were also like a certified gooner.
Because the idea is like someone else, a trusted person, had access to this, which is, it's fair to say you probably shouldn't just give access to someone else's nudes to some other person who's not involved in that whole thing. But it wasn't like they intentionally did it either. But
is trusted carrying? Is there too much water in that bucket on the word trusted?
Yeah, like if a bank loses your money from a safety deposit box because the bank manager was a dickhead, you don't sue the bank manager, you sue the bank still.
Yeah,
that's kind of what's happening with Destiny's.
And just to clarify, what happened was he sent a video of someone sucking him while he's jorking it or whatever. He's like, she's sucking him off, and she sent it to a 19-year-old. That's not what happened.
He's live streaming his photos because he's like, oh, let me show you like a good fire dick pic of mine, or like, hey, you want to see me sucking a cock? I think this video is okay for me to share to people. He's scrolling through his shit, and that girl screen recorded it. Supposedly, is what I'm hearing.
I didn't think it was that, but I thought it because the messages that he had sent to the 19-year-old chick was like, it seemed to be
adult.
Sorry. The adult. I'm not trying to normatively load anything. I promise. But that's just like the thing that everyone is. Anyway, sorry. So to the consenting adult, the adult was like, hey, I want to see you jork it. Basically, we don't get to see that message because it's above it. But beneath that, he was like, oh, I don't really have anything like that. Oh, wait, actually, I think I do have something, maybe type shit. Is that not? We could pull the messages up, right? Like we have the ability to do this. Ketamine Clinic with the Destiny is a freakazoid.
Yes.
Destiny needs to be banned from sex.
Well, I think that's a little aggressive. I think that's
okay. Tech protect. Here might be a riff. At what point do you think someone should be banned from sex?
Banned from sex?
What's the line? What's the line where like you've crossed it? You are not banned from sex.
Ooh, fucking 620 credit score.
Jesus, it's bad. It's pretty goddamn bad. I don't think
they like Altoids.
He just wants to turn me into a cuck or something.
My limits are right there, dude. My threshold is low.
He's like,
I just think that the issue that arises here is that the amount of gooning that this man has done over the period of time has now caught up to him. That is exactly on what's happened here. Like the amount of pure degeneracy that he's done in DMs with people that we have known, people that have been in the community. It's just caught up to him at this point. Listen, you want to fuck around and find out, brother? You want to start like sending DMs and you're like, hey, I'm just big chilling with a butt plug in my ass while I'm streaming right now and send that out to the world? Go right ahead. Just understand your shit is out there. And at any point, these people can turn on you. And they could just publish your shit. You need to be very selective about what you put out there to the public.
Rift for tech. At what point does personal accountability and responsibility, does that need to be like the focal point of this conversation? At what point does it turn into that when you're dealing with the streamer of this size? At what point were you say specifically like, this person engaged, even though it's like, it wasn't illegal action. Like there was
I find the whole thing cringe. The idea of like, oh, because you're now like a popular person, you're no longer like set to the same standards as like other people. Like, yeah, a guy can fucking make a mistake. A guy can be like, that pussy's fucking powerful. Okay, you know what PPP loan is?
Oh yeah, of course,
It's
I know
a,
who that is.
it's a powerful pussy presentation. Okay, it's when
Yes.
you get a nude from the right angle.
Yes,
Okay? I
I
mean the
understand.
right.
I get it.
The 90-degree. The
The
right.
90-degree.
Anyways, so
Okay.
like, I think any man can succumb to like some misbehavior because he's like trapped. in
Yeah,
something, like, I want
I'm
the
not
Mexican
saying
dick wet.
Tech. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, but the magnitude in which that Destiny has participated in this over and over and over again.
Makes him lucky.
No, it does not.
Makes him living the best life.
Okay.
I mean, if you can't publicly goon as a millionaire, like a big streamer,
Then who
what's
can?
the point of being a streamer in the first place? You know, like
I mean, just do as you want, do as you wish. Then at that point, I guess. I mean, for me, it's a little bit different. I feel that when you're put in the public limelight, you're held to a different standard. Like, for example, if I started streaming, I would have to be very careful with my language I have to do from then on in. That's just how it is. I have to be careful of who I associate with. These are all things that come into play that you give up when you put yourself in the public limelight
You
to
hear that,
protect
Squirt, right?
yourself.
But Don, you would say though, like it comes into play that there's a level of pandering you have to do to specific groups of people if you want to be a famous streamer. You're gonna have
All
to
of them do it. If you want to really blow up, yes, you must pander. Like, I
No, I
mean,
refuse.
well, the point of refusing and what happens are two different things. That's the problem here. You know, like you sit there and say I refuse all day, but ultimately at the end of the day, that's what happens.
I won't do it. I'll never
I-
sell out.
so slightly moderating how you speak, like some of your vocabulary, stuff like that. You would call that selling out?
Yeah, moderate this dick.
You
Based
being like, there's not.
okay, moderate this dick. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like
moderate
it.
this dick.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a position that you can take. I mean, you will definitely generate controversy around yourself if you want to go down that path, but just understand that like you're going to have to deal with the consequences of people being fucking weirdos to you then.
So back to what the line is for not being able to have sex. You know, maybe there needs to be a text perfect world segment. Text perfect world. Ba-da-da-da. Where's is it 620 credit score? That's the
Yeah, we're just big chilling. You know, there's a lot of things going on with controversial political streamers. We're talking about what's happening with that.
I mean, if you really want to weigh up anything, and I'm going to weigh on this right now, Hassan Piker is far worse than Destiny, personally.
Do you think so?
Oh, absolutely. He's a terrible person. Hassan's just the worst. Total bad faith. Totally like says that he came from nothing when he was brought up by the Young Turks. Just no. Man hates the Jews. Literally has now been out that he hates the Jews. It's just no. I'm good, man. I'm good on that guy. Like he just confident just the way he presents himself, the whining, how the narcissism that he has in his voice. I just can't. I can't with him.
there is a level of validation that I feel after screaming into the void for so long. I mean, some of these things, back to things being axiomatic, some of these things seem so axiomatic. They're like, oh, here's his persona, here's what you should take away from it. And the amount of like mental gymnastics that I have had to deal with from people just but I mean, I like it. I like what H3 did here. This was a long time coming.
Really?
He lost a lot of weight. Looks good.
I'm a fan. I don't like Ethan Klein. I
No.
Unfortunately,
Because he's Jewish.
no, I love Jews. I'm there.
I love the Jews. He
They're a
goes.
partial Jew, which means they partly like the Jews. Anyways, Ethan Klein kind of dropped off for me after he went from being a video producing account to a we're holding a podcast and we're gonna rewatch videos and that's the whole show. That's all we're doing.
So what we're doing right now.
Hey, you have to have finesse, all right?
Yeah.
We have
No,
finesse.
I totally get it. This is different.
This is the most popular videos. Vape Nation, dog. 8 years ago, he was the fucking guy.
Yo, Vape Nation was so good.
Here's a question. How much anxiety do you think these big streamers should feel now that the Tiny Riffs podcast being released.
So
It's
much
started up.
anxiety, the insane amount of anxiety.
We're taking it over, boys.
He's
We're-
taking over.
I mean, the whole show is not meant to be like, oh, let's get fucking famous and shit. It's
No.
me and Scorp shoot the shit and it'd be fun to like look back and be like, oh, look at this video where we talked about.
Yeah, this is just what we would do.
other
Yeah,
people.
so I was like, yeah.
Although you have way more lights, you're way more prepared. I don't know if you guys can see. Scorp is killing it. Scorp is the guy when it comes to background design.
Is that the metric for success? How many lights we have?
Yes.
It is. Jesus Christ. Put you on the big show. His room is so Darth Vader themed.
Welcome to
It
my
is.
house.
It is Darth
this
Vader
is-
themed.
This is my new empire.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't take her away from me.
Yeah, I have a blue wall, and it's just because the lights are blue, dog. This shit's white. It's like eggshell, I think, without it.
It's eggshell.
Yeah, Don Vader is I think just a black.
I'm just black screen. I mean, we could turn it on for you. It's like nothing to really worry about. Here we go. Oh.
Yeah, see, he has an actual fucking room. You know, I have a wall. I am pressed up against. I can touch this bitch. Actually, I can't.
I do. I have to look the light. You can see the light behind me.
Oh,
My wonderful
true.
cowlick. My beautiful face.
Hell yeah. You know, it's just for us. You know, we're chilling. We're hanging out. Cat Clint says, heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji, heart eye emoji.
Cat Clint, what do you mean by heart eye emoji?
Madam, what do you mean by hard eye
Missing
emoji?
American Dante with you. Missing a cat ear is crazy work. Actually, it didn't take that much work. It takes less work than 2 cat ears, turns out.
Hell yeah.
Sir,
Keklin with a super chat says super chatted. Thanks,
super
Keklin.
chatting.
Hell yeah. And then super chatter. Hell yeah.
She's like the chronologist. She's everything here and then there. And she puts it down.
Will you shake, I assume it's ass, if I become a supercharger?
Oh my god.
Yes, if you become a supercharger or a twin turbo intake vehicle, I will shake ass.
Indeed, a twin take urban vehicle. Jesus.
American Dante, you can click the link at the top of the stream to join in the call.
Cat Clint with the American Dante should that was a very American Dante should tech protect shake ass for stream.
Oh my.
Cigarette says Don Vader, why is there a guy peeking from behind the corner?
You're going to give me
There's
anxiety.
no man peeking from behind the corner.
No. Oh, he's talking about Scorp's camera.
Oh.
I'm not comfortable. I don't like that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
another topic. Go ahead. Go to the other topic.
Yeah, I would like to know your opinion on hot tub streamers. We were having a conversation before about like how hot tub streamers change the climate. Yay, nay, good, bad. And the people that also sub to that stuff too. Like, how do you feel about like the entire atmosphere?
Look, let's pull up an example of hot tub streamers, right?
Is it gonna be Amaranth 6 times or?
Amaranth.
Let's see. We have.
I mean, this is cultured content. This is, I mean, really what's happening here. You can go ahead and pause this one because I think there's so much nuance here that we have to go over.
I mean, the tits are amazing.
She's making a commentary, I believe, about whaling.
With the. I don't think it's a whale. I think it's a.
That's a narwhal.
Narwhal.
It's a narwhal.
Yeah.
Narwhal.
Yes.
Yeah.
How about this?
I mean, she's making a commentary on animal. Well, it's really animal suffering in the back. She's probably a vegan, and she's
probably a vegan.
She's bringing attention to the plight of.
Yeah, American Dante
animals.
says her skin look fake.
It does. The glare.
Where do you think she attached it from? Where
Yeah.
where did she purchase it?
Oh, I got something on my back. Oh,
Now,
it's
and
amazing.
as you can
Right
see
next to
here,
my ass.
as you can see here, this is very nuanced as well. Her bed is
Jersey.
outside, which is a representation of she's a very liberal person and she doesn't like borders, right? And she's like, no walls here. Very
Okay.
very nuanced.
I am not opposed. I'm not opposed to hot tub streamers. I mean,
Well,
if if I'm gonna let them, because I obviously enjoy the benefits of looking good, right? I'll let them. Yeah, I should be equalitarian. Or egalitarian? What's the word?
Egalitarian, yeah. I find it interesting. Say, you know how on Google there's like that button, the randomize button, where it could just puts you to a random page. Like Wikipedia has the same thing too. If you press that on Twitch and you got this, and you're hit with like 80 cc's of pure asshole, it kind of flash bangs you. I don't see how it's good for Twitch. I don't see how it's good for the culture. And just because I'm a gooner doesn't mean that I'd want my neighbor to be a gooner.
You don't want your neighbors to be gooners?
I'm not practicing what I preach. Okay, that's not what this is about.
If they weren't going to do it, some other platform that was going to absorb them. So, I mean, they just said, you know what, fuck it, let's just go for it. It's like not that bad, but it's like kind of riding the line of what's going on personally.
I've heard that complaint before, that like, because this is like primarily Twitch, right? This is Twitch doing this.
Yeah.
Large portion of Twitch viewers are like between the ages of 14. They're younger.
I just
kids.
that's the other thing I have an issue with, is that's young kids that can see this, and it's like obviously extremely suggestive.
Here's a question:
Like,
Would you call a hot tub streamer a sex worker?
It's definitely riding the line. It's riding the line, but I wouldn't say that they're a sex. I wouldn't say they're a sex worker.
I mean, I feel like colloquially, the sex worker is like kind of.
Is that a code Lyoko
It's taking
tattoo?
a jaunt.
Oh no, it's just her poor handwriting. I thought it was Code Lyoko theme. You remember Code Lyoko?
Oh, what a banger! What a banger!
Banger of a show. Fucking love Code Lyoko. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. I think people should be able to show their titties if they want to. Amaranth playlist. I might click that later.
Where's the bookmark?
All right, boys, I leave you now. Bye-bye.
By Don Vader. Code Lyoko.
I'd love to hear the intro, to be honest. I want to hear the intro. So bad. Have you ever seen Reboot? It was a Canadian animated show. It was one of the first 3D shows created.
No, I've never watched anything Canadian on purpose.
Have you seen Inuyasha's?
Oh, I have my fucking ×2 video player.
I was like, this is fucking different than I remember it. I'm just gonna vibe around my house for about 30 seconds. Yeah.
We're gonna get a fucking copyright strike, dog.
Oh no! Oh, you're right. Damn. This is my bit of commentary for 3 years.
Yeah? Here's a question. Smash?
Wait, I don't know what we're looking at. I walked away from the computer. They're children. I'm not participating in this. No smash. No smash, no smash, no smash, no smash, no smash.
Thank you. Yeah, what about Lazy Town? I'm joking. So
I walked away for a second when you said that. I don't know what the hell a Lazy Town is.
You never seen Lazy Town?
No.
No shot. You never seen Lazy Town?
You seen Bear in the Big Blue House?
No, because I was born in '97, not '82.
Oh fuck.
Do you not know Lazy Town? Actually?
Oh, I think I mean, that looks familiar there. I've never seen an episode. That's the Crimson Chin?
He died of cancer like a couple years ago.
I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have laughed.
Yeah, he passed away, and people were very sad because he loved his family. He's a good guy, but he's still alive. Gold medal Olympic gymnast, super athlete.
You can't throw me a curveball like that because it was like so happy, and he possibly goes, "He died of cancer."
He's gone. R.I.P.
Oh,
Lazy town
Fuck.
guy. Cancer. Let's see. Yeah, Stefan Carl announced 2016.
Stefan Carl Stefansson.
Yeah.
Stephenson?
What a name.
Yeah,
He's his
it's
own
like
dad.
Bo. Like, it's
Yeah. R.I.P. the
Front-
king.
front and the back.
I said a few years ago. That's 2018. Jesus Christ. Is 2018 so far away?
I remember 2018.
I hope so.
I went outside. That
Oh.
was a good year.
He had a spouse, 4 children, 3 daughters, 1 son. Fucking dead as shit. He was in Dr. Seuss. He was the Grinch from Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss the musical. He was the fucking Grinch.
The OG one had to have been way before that, right?
No, it's the musical that was like going around, the U.S. and shit, touring.
Oh, I was
Like
like,
American
there's
School
no
of
way the
Rock.
OG Dr. Seuss one was 08.
Isn't the Jungle Book? Little Shop of Horrors.
He's been around or was around.
Yeah. R.I.P. Big Dog.
Yeah.
Films. He was in Thor?
He was miscellaneous crew in Thor.
Hell yeah. Lead actor in Polite People.
Haven't seen it.
I imagine.
Well, you don't think I'm caught up on Icelandic comedies?
No, I think if you saw a movie called Polite People, you're like, yeah, too boring. Fuck Polite People.
I'm a really nice guy.
Are you really?
I'm a really, really nice guy.
What's the last nice thing you did for somebody? Thomas Lace is you're a furry, bro.
I got this. No, just give me a second. I got this. What's the last nice
thing you've done for someone?
When you don't go outside, it's difficult to do nice things for people. I would say, I put sharpened cards back. Okay, like I'm a nice guy. I if someone drops something, I'll pick. What's the last nice thing you did for somebody?
Me? I bought Girl Scout cookies for my neighbors.
That's not nice.
Yeah, it is.
No,
they have
it's
kids. They have children.
That's
Giving kids cookies? Fuck you. That's nice as shit. Also, we have a local. We have a failing dentist.
What if
we have
they
a failing
get diabetes
dentist
from those
office.
cookies?
I hear you. There's a failing dentist office down the road, and they need more kids with cavities. Okay, I've held 2 birds,
Utility.
1 cookie.
This is Tech Protect, giving to the people and supporting the local economy.
Hell yeah! You like lo-fi hip hop girl?
Yeah, she's based. She's,
Is she based?
I think she's pretty based.
Is she red pill?
Is that they're not synonymous?
Are you red pill?
No.
Why not?
In the same way that I don't publicly like saying that I'm a liberal, it's cringe as fuck. I mean, then again, I'm a centrist, so I mean, technically, I think you can be both there. But they have really fucked their image completely up.
Ooh, the red pills?
Yeah. Oh
Why?
yeah. There's too many crazy ones. Like some of the stuff they say is based as hell, and then they go like way overboard.
What do you classify yourself as? That's interesting. What's your political leaning?
I would just be very slightly left of center centrist.
What's that political test thing called? Political compass test?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. This one, right? Top one?
Would you like? We could take this at the same time, and then
If-
I bet if we averaged it out, we'd come out to like a regular, sane human being. If we just you put yours, I put mine, and we go. You scroll down, you go to English. Sorry, guys. English isn't his first language.
It's racist. All right, get your fucking test loaded up, dog.
Well, no, I mean we could just do one test. This could be the tiny rifts where we would average in the middle.
Okay, so you want to do one question, I'll do the other.
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah.
Or we
stupid.
or we could both answer the same one and then just like modify it. Like if we're 2 away, we just go in the
Okay.
middle.
No, I think okay. We both look at the questions. I'll answer mine on screen, but you give me
Okay.
your take with. All right. So,
Okay.
if economic globalization is inevitable, it should primarily serve humanity rather than the interests of transnational corporations. You first. You have to answer first, since you're not actually clicking it.
I would say, yeah. Solid. If it's inevitable, yeah. I mean, the paradigm that exists here, if you shifted some words around, it would change the question like crazy.
Oh yeah, agree. Strongly agree.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yes.
Okay, I disagree.
Okay, solid.
I think that if economic globalization is inevitable, right, you shouldn't just innately say that like you now have to give your profits or your production towards like some humanitarian goal if you can economically become more viable and more powerful because of your like invested energy, time.
Well, I guess
money.
it depends where the money is like going in the first place. In this conversation, is economic globalization.
I don't care.
Is it?
Hey,
Like
the guy making the company and making the money and making the product and expanding globally.
So you're talking to this like this is public sector is what this?
No, it's private.
Yeah, sorry, private sector, exclusively private sector.
Yeah, this guy or girl, woman, lady,
Yeah.
dog. If they have invested their time and they were able to strategize properly to become a economic globalized fucking company or whatever, it is to do with what they've earned to their decision, their digression.
Yeah, but a question that I'm going to be asking a lot, I think, as the episodes of this podcast progress, is how far is too far? And that's where, like, primarily, I'm considering it a 51-49. If we're talking about like what kind of like responsibility does a company have to its shareholders, that I would say it's a slightly orthogonal conversation to like this conversation here. In my mind, it's just straight up. If you had to choose one to be 51-49 and the other one, and you could inverse it, would you rather the entire economic system of the world be benefiting humanity? Because if it's really benefiting humanity, right, and whatever like metric you have is like super solid, right? Like everyone's on the same like axiological process. You're solid camper, and the ethics are solid to go with it, right?
Yeah. For me, no. If I am like Mega Man Corporation guy of the United States, and I want to choose to make America like super prosperous, or like my local area or my family, even, or just me, I want to have like a nice shit. I don't care about other people. I should be allowed to do so.
But I don't think that is like contrary to what I'm saying. I think
but I'm saying it should primarily serve. Fuck no. It should primarily serve the interest of the person who worked on this project, person or persons or organization, right? It should not be
okay. I mean, I wouldn't say you're necessarily wrong, and you could probably sway me to.
I'd always support my country, whether it was wrong, right or wrong.
Strongly disagree.
Ooh, I would agree.
Really?
In the most part,
I mean, like the Edward Snowdens of the world should be classified as like straight up traitors and like murdered and.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess, but right in the middle there is. Do you strongly agree, or?
No, just regularly agree. Look, if the country's interests are that of like preserving the safety and the security of the nation, and you want to go against that, obviously it's wrong to spy on.
But you're adding.
It's wrong. Yeah. But I'm saying like it's wrong to
projecting.
spy on Americans. Okay, not project. It's wrong to spy on Americans, but I would support the U.S. doing so.
Okay, but what if the country itself had decided we're not just going to spy on them, we're going to eliminate 1/4 of them because there is some type of
that's why I'm not strongly
breeding crisis.
I'm not strongly
So wait, the gradient scale is what you're moving for that.
But,
but this is an absolute statement. This is like
hold on.
Wrong, anything the country decides.
The answers aren't absolute, or else it'd be like
so the Nazis are like strolling down the Poland streets.
Well, my country's the United States. I don't know where your ties are. If your ties are in Poland.
But if your country changes, that's what I'm getting at. Because
here's the question: was Poland fighting the Nazis?
Was France fighting the Nazis?
Technically. Yeah. There's only some tiny rifts there.
There might be a tiny rift.
Support my country. Would I stop paying taxes if they like made
Because
abortion?
because in this hypothetical, if the country does something super whack, super unbelievably unethical, unethical for the past 500 years, there's no system that's existed.
No one chooses their country of birth, so it's foolish to be proud of it.
Disagree.
Strongly disagree. Yeah, our race has many superior qualities compared with other races. NASCAR, brother, that's the race I'm talking about. No fucking way. I disagree.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go disagree.
So for those in the chat, I am half Mexican. Don't worry, the other half is white. So half Mexican, and we genetically have a better receptor for intaking of caffeine. Also, our bodies dissipate lactic acid buildup faster than other races do. So, not strongly disagree. Mexicans do it right. The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
I strongly disagree.
Oh, is that because Perla and Starkey are beefing?
I haven't heard those names in so long. I haven't heard those names in so long.
Let's make
no,
Perla your friend now. No, I get it.
I am so detached from the drama people that. Sorry.
Solid. I disagree. My enemy is my enemy. My enemy is also my enemy. Well, my enemy's enemy. Yeah, I'd agree. Military action that defies international laws sometimes.
But like friend, I think. What is friend then? Because your friend is utility.
Hello. My friend is Scorpius.
No, fucker. I mean, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I don't think that you're not really meaning friend. You're meaning like ally.
Yeah, like friend.
I think ally and friend are two different things.
Nah, I'd shoot the shit with like someone who hates the guy I hate.
You would, but like, so you would use ally and friend synonymously.
In this aspect, yeah.
I think you would, like, you're open minded enough to be like, okay, I would have a beer with this person, even if I like might not like them. But I think to have a friend, you have to like them.
If I run America, right, and I'm beefing with Germany, and Poland's also beefing with Germany, I may not like Poland, but he's invited to the lunch table. He's gonna become my bud.
I feel like in terms of like interpersonal dynamics, this is a really interesting conversation because like there's optic friend, like who you would say is your friend, and then who's like if you had a button and you're like only these people will ever live. Like I think that there's a difference there.
I like that guy. Military action that defies international law is sometimes justified. Agree.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I would say strongly agree to me.
There is a worrying fusion of information and entertainment.
Yes.
Strongly disagree.
I'm going agree.
Why?
We just did we just did a thing of hot tub streamers.
Why is that worrying? I like hot tub streamers.
I know you like hot tub streamers, but do you think like your neighbor's 7-year-old kid that should be his like?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, what? Were you not jacking off at like 12?
Not to hot tub streamers.
Well, you didn't have access because you had like the fucking,
I had to wait. I had to wait for the internet to do this. I had to wait for the screen to buffer.
Yeah,
all
dial-up
the way down
was
over
a
five.
bitch, huh, Grandpa?
Over 5. You probably had dial-up.
No,
it's not that old.
I had a Motorola Razr when I was in elementary school. Yeah, Grandpa.
Is this a fucking daycare? What happened? We need. This
I'm 28. Yeah, but you're mid 30s. Okay.
Okay, well, no, mid 30s. What's the next question?
There is a worrying. I put strong on this. Next page.
Yep.
People are ultimately divided more by class than nationality.
Strongly agree.
I also strongly agree. Class divide in the United States and in most other parts of the world is insane. You know, the experiences you have from being like upper class or middle class or lower class is just too diverse. me and my partner, she comes from like a more affluent area, an affluent family. She went to like a top performing high school in the country. And I was in the lowest school district in the nation, like the poorest performing state, the poorest performing fucking school district. I was searched when we'd go to like out games, for sports, we'd go away games, and they would search our school in particular for like knives and guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's just different. Controlling inflation is more important than controlling unemployment. Disagree.
Disagree.
Disagree. I have been kind of upset with the increased usage of the phrase a living wage.
Okay.
Right? A living wage is such a weird term to use because in my area, living wage is I think like $2,400 a month. Right?
Yeah.
You could live off fucking $900 a month, dog. It's not fun.
Yeah.
It ain't fun, but I know motherfuckers who do it. I know motherfuckers that are working like 2 part-time jobs, 32 hours
But
each.
living wage has like you can inference off of that the way that it's like used colloquially. It's not just is this something you can like the amount of money you can make to not die of starvation. There's a certain comfortability level in living wage.
Yeah, but what I'm
Like there's
saying
a
is
standard of living that
for this one in particular, controlling inflation is essentially just like the power of the dollar versus like unemployment is how many people have a job. I'd rather people have a job that's like something, right?
No, yeah. I mean, would you rather the $1 really be worth like go up to like we're printing off like millions and millions and millions of dollars on the dollar bills themselves, like Venezuela, like some other countries that have like their inflation got so crazy you can't afford anything. They're burning their.
But we're not talking about extremes. We're not talking about extremes here. It's just like what is more important.
That might be the rift.
Well, the rift is if only 30% of our population is employed, right? Then we're losing out a lot of services that aren't being provided by Americans that we lose out, right? So imagine that your fucking power system only has like 30% capacity for employment. Your grocery store.
I think the way that we look at these things is I look at the extremes for
even the extremes,
absolute statements.
Imagine that they have to close down your grocery store because there's just no one to work it.
But imagine even if you did work in the first place, you couldn't buy a loaf of bread if you worked 80 hours.
Yeah, but
with one of them difference, you put in 80 hours, the other one you don't have to do anything.
The difference in what the subsidized view from the state itself would be, right? Yeah. If I'm subsidizing someone who is employed but poor, right? There's still that poor person working towards economic growth, right? Things are still running, things are still operating, and maybe the government spends more money in keeping them alive or afloat. Versus, inflation is high, so you have to subsidize everyone, every single person, and there's also people that are unemployed. Inflation is everybody's fucked up, right? So if you're like, oh, control inflation, like yeah, maybe inflation's good, but you have no staff.
I think in a world where it's like the difference between inflation going up 10% and unemployment going up 10%, that would change my view on the question versus if there was, uncontrollable inflation to the point where the dollar was worth nothing versus uncontrollable employment.
Yeah, uncontrollable unemployment is insane. Yeah.
Uncontrollable inflation is insane.
But still, like
okay, you know what? I think I think we both understand where we're supposed to sit on this topic.
Yeah, you're just
we'll talk about this in the next hour.
Because corporations cannot be trusted to voluntarily protect the environment, they require regulation.
Strongly agree.
I also strongly agree. From each according to his ability to each according to his need is a fundamentally good idea.
The problem is fundamentally in the actual, it being really used, scary. It's a very scary idea when taken to the extreme. I'm gonna put there's so many factors. You know what? I could be swayed either way. I could be swayed from disagree to agree. I could be swayed. I like the philosophy behind it. Like I find to be super, super wonky, but
strongly disagree. The freer the market, the freer the people. Agree.
Yeah, agree.
it's a sad reflection of our society that something as basic as drinking water is now branded consumer product.
I disagree.
Strongly disagree. You're telling me you want to invest your own time collecting and harvesting your own daily drinking water like every fucking week? Fuck no. I'm not going to the stream. Package that shit and sell it to me, dog. I have other shit to do. Same like I'm not going to learn.
First world problems. Oh
No,
my
fuck
God.
you, first world problems.
First world problems.
You want everyone
Look at
in
this
Mexico
guy.
to learn to be like a plumber and an
This is
electrician and a
consumerism.
carpenter.
This is
my
consumerism
fucking
in
ass.
action. We're seeing
No
it right now.
shot, dog. To think that you can live in a viable society of progress and also be required to learn every single life skill that is involved with like living your life. Like, oh, I have to learn fucking how to do cement so I can lay down a foundation for the home I have to build. Because why the fuck would I pay someone to build a home? What, they want to package trees and market them and sell them at Home Depot? Dude, there's trees outside.
You know what?
Fuck you.
Remember, I still put disagree, but I think it's the sad reflection part and the as basic as drinking water means like it's trying to inference something to us, right?
Yeah, for me, it's a
And-
happy reflection of the progress we made as humanity that we can now pay people to do things for us, like package water, instead of like fucking get that shit myself.
So, like, if you had the choice, would you have water be free?
Like
It-
free in the
text-
store?
Text perfect world.
No.
Would you have? So you wouldn't want if you had the
Free
choice
water bottles?
for everyone to have free water, not branded, top of the line thing like a basic.
So I support free access to like basic utilities. You know, like water fountains are good. If in my state, particularly in Nevada, because our temperature, like our climate's so high,
Yeah.
throughout the year. If you go to any restaurant, they have to offer you free water. There's no way you can deny it to a homeless person, to a bum, to a short man, a tall man. You have to provide water. That's because the environment is killing us. If you're outside for too long, it's fucked.
Well, in Nevada, you
Um,
have like the still suits the Fremen use from Dune to like collect your urine and turn it back into water. So I totally understand why you have this perspective.
What is
You
Fremen?
you never seen Dune?
What is a
Or
Fremen?
Red Fremen? They're the people.
Yeah, I watched on Disney Plus recently. Yeah,
Have you seen part 2 though? I haven't seen part 2 yet.
I've seen part 2. It's good.
Oh, you bitch! Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is, water shouldn't be free because it costs a company or an individual to invest to go get it and fucking package it and sell it to you. That's stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
Should the government look into like investing towards lowering the cost of certain groceries that are necessities like water,
yeah.
or rice? Yeah.
I feel like there's the rift. It's just it's purely intuitive. I just have a little more of an ick on it than you do. But
On what? Free water?
But logically, I think we come to the same conclusion. I just have a little bit of an ick.
Okay. Land shouldn't be a commodity to be bought and sold.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly disagree. Fucking communists on here. It is regrettable that many personal fortunes are made by people who simply manipulate money and contribute nothing to their society.
Agree.
Strongly disagree.
Because like when I'm considering all the people that could be making it, right? I'm considering things like inheritance. I'm considering things like because there's 2 bits, right? The manipulate money. I'm like strong. I'm right there with you, right? The contribute nothing to their society. I think there is a moral obligation somewhere in there for some kind of contributing, whether that's like paying sales tax, whether that's
That's dumb.
What?
I think that if you are so fortuitous enough to have some type of like estate that provides for you, and you want to use that and turn it into a company that is economically viable, it gives people employment, it gives people a career, right? It provides a service to your society.
Yeah.
And you don't really do shit. It's just your money that did shit. That's
Yeah.
totally fine. That's okay. Fuck it. I'm not upset. I'm not upset at all. A lot of our major industries comes from people having like foreign investment, or like family ties that lead them to have the power to do those.
I would still consider that being contributing to your society.
Yeah, but what if they're just making
Like
like
tertiarily.
fleshlights? What if they're just like a fleshlight producer?
If they're pumping money into the economy and it gets to be used by it gets to rotate
Well,
around.
then by definition, this doesn't exist. Like, they make their personal.
So you're
fortune.
saying the paradigm itself is it just can't exist because you can't manipulate money and not contribute to the society if you exist in the society.
Yeah, anything I do, even if it's just like stocks, if all I'm doing is making money by trading stocks.
Okay, it's just what we consider nothing. Some people will be like nothing would be just paying sales tax. Other people will be like nothing is not buying local things.
Yeah, so I think that like in my eyes, this question is just flawed because there is no outcome that does not contribute to society, unless you're
Okay.
just like you are the perfect tax haven, Elon Musk super brain genius of like my money is made in America and not left in America. But obviously, protectionism is sometimes necessary in trade.
I mean, I'd have to put strongly agree just because they use the word sometimes.
Yeah, I would put agree or strongly agree.
Like,
The only social responsibility of a company should be to deliver a profit to its shareholders.
ooh, it said the only social responsibility. Oh. I'm gonna say disagree.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say disagree because I don't think delivering a profit to your shareholders is a social responsibility in the first place.
I strongly disagree. Every company should have a social responsibility of ensuring that they're performing not at the risk of damaging society.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would like it if
Well, because it is I mean, the concept itself is flawed because
only the word only sucks.
Because delivering a profit to your shareholders itself isn't it has nothing to do with civics. It has nothing to do with any of that. It's just straight up almost contractual, like
The rich are too highly taxed.
the rich are too highly taxed. No. Indifferent.
Indifferent.
I just don't care.
I think
disagree.
I think it is a agree.
Like-
I think
like
they're too
right-
highly taxed, but I also
I'm
feel
right-
like there's too many tax
I'm right-
breaks.
I'm right in the middle. Yeah, there's this conversation. It's fucking 6 words, and you could talk about it for an hour. Like
Those with the ability to pay should have higher access. Should have access to higher standards of medical care.
strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Yeah, obviously. It is a product given to you by a producer, and that producer can choose to either, take your $200,000 for a heart transplant or the $700 for a heart transplant, like the poor guy. Let the doctor make the fucking money.
What drive do you have to work in the first place if you can't buy things with it? Like, penalize businesses that mislead the public. Agree, strongly agree.
How? Why?
Because fuck people that lie.
Okay, that's a take. But like penalize how?
I will leave that. I will leave that
penalize?
up to them. I will leave penalizing up to them. I will. It's a different question. I'm just for this one. They should penalize them. There should be some gradient scale. Yeah, and it should be kind of like it is now. Maybe?
I don't get how you could ever want the government to give companies dick vision, dog. Because penalize.
Penalize.
A genuine free market requires restrictions on the ability to a predator and multinationals to create monopolies.
Yeah, they're using the word genuine really weird here. Yeah, I'd agree. Abortion, when the woman's life is not threatened, should always be illegal. Strongly disagree. They shouldn't have used the word always. All authority should be questioned. Strongly agree.
I disagree.
So you have to put agree then.
No, we're just doing mine, and you're just answering yours.
Yours is gonna. I think yours is gonna come out. Yours is gonna come out super Nazi.
I don't think you should question all authority. You should question most authority, but not all.
I think you should question every bit of authority.
No, if I own land, right, and I own a property on that land, and some guy wants to test the limits of well, I'm gonna come onto your property and hang out, and the police are like, get the fuck off this guy's property. Don't question the police.
Don't
No,
question
no,
the police. Oh yeah, you owe me
no,
a big rip.
No, no,
That's not
no,
a
no.
penny. That's a
In that
big
in
rip.
that instance, it's saying all authority, like all and always.
But authority is like authority is
So-
only important to like whoever's in power. Whoever's in power decides who's in authority in the first place, right?
Yeah.
What
If I'm a landowner, and someone's gonna try and go on my land and use my stuff, no.
but what if it turns out that that's not actually your land; it's their land?
Well, it's my land too.
Well, you don't know. And it's hypothetical.
No, this land is your land. This land is my
Land is
land.
my land, California.
Eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
I'm not a cannibal, so I don't really have any opinions.
It's a lot to eat.
I know you did not just say that.
Disagree. Taxpayers should not be expected to prop up any theaters or museums that cannot survive on a commercial basis.
Disagree. I feel like there's lots of things that taxes go towards that you don't agree with that is good for society.
Yep. Schools should not make classroom attendance compulsory.
Disagree.
Strongly disagree. All people have their right. All people have their rights. It is better for all of us that different sorts of people should keep their own kind.
I'm gonna put disagree. Fuck you. Yeah, based on the wording of the question, I am putting disagree.
Strongly disagree. Good parents sometimes have to spank their children.
Agree.
Disagree.
Tiny rifts.
It's natural for children to keep some secrets from their parents.
Strongly agree.
Strongly agree. Have you told your parents yet?
Hmm?
Have you told your parents?
Have you told your parents?
When
Say there was a
you-
room, right? Say there was a room, right? You walk into this room.
Red room.
Say there's a red room, right? And you walk into
Red
the
room
room.
with rats.
And there's 100 dicks all over the wall, right? How many of those dicks are you choking on?
And we're back. We're back. All right. Possessing marijuana for personal use should not be a criminal offense.
Disagree. I'm lying. No,
strongly
I'm not.
agree.
I put agree. I put agree for sure.
I strongly agree.
Yeah.
The prime function of schooling should be to equip
Because I don't think it should be a criminal.
generations to find jobs. Do you think the primary objective of school should be equipping people to find jobs?
Agree.
Primary. Disagree. School should be to expand your horizons and
Fucking
understand more of
kill
the
me.
world
Oh
around
my
you.
god. Fucking liberals.
should
Holy
use school-
shit.
Fuck
Go get a
you,
liberal. Go get a liberal arts degree. Holy shit. Paint your way into poverty. Painting with poverty. It literally sounds like the name of some liberal chick named Poverty with her own Bob Ross show. What?
No, you should use school as an ability to like understand more about the world around you because like we live in such a multinational like time. There's so much going on in the world that is going to affect you, whether it's like the fucking Ukraine-Russian conflict or war or whatever, the invasion, bringing up the prices of oil globally or shutting down certain streams of natural gas and raising the pricing on like farming goods, agriculture. You should learn about how all those different things affect your world personally.
And I think that
and saying like, oh, you should just use school to find a job versus like, you should be able to use school to have a better understanding of the world around you is where I would go.
There is so there's a small like Buddhist sect in the Himalayas, and they have a term for that specifically. and they call it retarded.
Could you walk there?
You know the answer.
uh,
You could eat your way there.
people.
He had to take a stair lift to get to his chair.
You haven't seen a stair lift in years.
You look like you could lift a stair.
You look like you could lift a restraining order. What does that even mean? All right, people with serious inheritable disability should not be allowed to reproduce.
Ooh, fuck. Here's your authoritarian art coming out. I'm gonna say fucking. I'm gonna say. Ooh, I want to say agree. I want to say it so bad, but like, if you are you fucking zooming in?
Keep going.
I want to say agree, but I think I'm too much of a constitutionalist. I think I'm gonna have to say disagree. I think I'm just gonna do it. If push came to shove, I'd press disagree. But in a perfect world, in my utopic, what are you?
You want to say agree?
In my perfect world. Like, for instance, if agoraphobia was like an inheritable disease, I would never wish this on like my worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? So,
What's
like,
that?
It's when, you know. Outside is tough. Okay. Now I don't even. You're just trying to make me dizzy. Answer the question.
Agree, dude. What the fuck? What do you fucking mean, dog?
I mean,
Fuck
that's what I say. I feel like you get.
If I have a kid, their heart's gonna rupture at 2 years old. Don't have fucking kids, dude. Adopt. The fuck you.
Yeah, but this is more like I mean, shit. I don't know. I feel like this like taken to the nth is like mandated, and I feel like when it turns mandated,
Yeah, mandate that shit, dog.
Okay, see, that's why I said you're about to go super Nazi.
Oh, I don't believe in mandates. You know, child marriages is okay because why would you control who can marry who? Like,
welcome to the Tiny Riffs podcast with Scorpigus and Tech Eugenics Protect. We are answering
Eugenics Protect.
we are answering
Protect
the
and
questions.
score child marriage pigis.
Child marriage? It doesn't even map to
Why would you control who can marry who? Huh? Love is love.
I know you want to say your takes in public now that you have a platform to do it on, but you don't have you're gaslight girl keeping Lori Allen right now.
You're mad. You're mad this is a platform that can sustain me. All right.
No platform can sustain you.
The backbone of YouTube can hold my weight. All right. The most important thing for children is to learn to accept discipline.
I strongly disagree.
Yeah, because the most important thing is breathing.
Accept breathing.
Yeah, breathing. If not for breathing, yes, discipline is.
That's the second. I mean, for me, discipline's like the seventh. But
there are no savage. I think we were going to say the fourth. Reich. There's no savage or civilized people. They're only different cultures.
Strongly disagree. Big take here. Big take. Nope.
You heard of the Indian tribes that practice cannibalism?
They call what you're about to say retarded.
Saying that word a lot here.
That's the second time that I've said it.
That's two times. That's two times.
It's like if I had a nickel, I'd only have 2 nickels, but that's a lot of nickels for this situation.
Those who are able to work and refuse the opportunity should not expect society's support.
Strongly agree.
What do you do for work, Squirt? I disagree.
No, for real, strongly agree. I think it's hot bullshit. I grew up around a whole bunch of people that live like that 24/7, and people like would just like jump in front of cars for like insurance money and stuff. No, sorry.
Yeah, but they're investing their body for the money. Yeah.
I'm gonna invest your body for the money.
You already do. It's the Tiny Risk podcast.
And by the way, that's how I make my money. So
Yeah.
it answered the previous question.
We lined up on
Oh,
camera now.
we have Thomas. We have Thomas Lay. Where do you and Tech hang out now? You know,
Colorado.
here and there. And
I live in Bellsview.
we went to the zoo, and he made racially charged jokes.
I did what? What did I do?
Huh?
Say that again?
Next question.
All right. When you are troubled, it's better not to think about it, but to keep busy with more cheerful things.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Strongly
Agree,
disagree.
I guess.
Strongly disagree. Focus.
Nihilist
Manifest.
bitch.
Manifest that fucking pain into something that's better than it.
Oh, the utility. He's dripping with it.
Just get better. Be better. Do better.
But like, wait, do better by just being sad, like just obsessed.
Be sad and then fix the thing. Don't fucking
But that's
put it
not.
off.
Yeah, but that's the keep busy with more cheerful things. If the cheerful thing.
No,
is
not cheerful things. Focus on the bad thing and make it better.
You only have two choices,
Yeah, focus on the bad thing.
so it's better. So it's better to think about it.
First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated within.
Where's the fucking live button where I can pause for 5 seconds? How do I do that?
Oh, you can't.
Oh,
You're not able
Thomas
to.
Laywith. I meant like in Discord.
We had 7 viewers for like 3 seconds, Doug. And then it's back down to 3.
Where do I see the viewer count?
In the top left. This is live recording, and this is the views. Let's see.
We have a
First
very
generation-
active audience.
Oh wait, immigrants. First
A third
generation.
of our audience is active. Can you think of any other streamer that can match that? Oh, come.
First generation immigrants can never be fully integrated in their new country. What do you think?
Strongly
You're a first-
agree.
You're a first generation immigrant, right?
No,
Your family's from Canada?
dad is from Canada,
Yeah. Which makes you?
but my mom is from here.
Yeah. Which makes you?
Would that make me first generation? No, that would make me first.
Yes. Yes, it does.
No.
Your dad's Canadian. You're the first
Yeah.
generation from your dad's family line to be in the U.S.
Is that how people use it colloquially?
That's how it works.
For real?
All right. Think about. Just consider me. My dad was born in Mexico.
Yes,
He had a child in the United States. It's me. I'm first generation.
but where was your mom from?
Northern California.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider you first generation immigrant.
That's wild.
Well, could we Google this? Can you?
No.
What is a first fucking? Yeah, because you know I'm right, bitch.
Give me your give me your vibe.
Give me your vibe.
Yeah. Define first.
A first generation immigrant is a person who was born outside of the United States and moved to the country to live.
Oh, then my father. Or is your dad not like totally situated with the U.S.?
My dad's a first generation immigrant.
Yeah. How's he with the U.S.?
Is
he like these culture too strange?
That's the
Quebec.
exact accent that he has.
Yeah,
It's really weird that you just did that.
Quebec croissant French.
Croissant.
Yeah. Is your dad
Yeah.
not integrated?
My
dad's super integrated.
Yeah. My dad's integrated as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad fucking is super integrated to the United
So
States.
would that make me a second generation immigrant?
Yeah.
What is a second generation if it ends up being just like not one step down?
The child. Yeah, it's the child.
I'm a second generation immigrant.
Yeah. Yeah, Trump has you on a list, buddy. Get ready.
Don't even get me started. I could call ICE right now and get $750
Hell yeah. On yourself?
on you, bitch.
You see my face right now? I'm like the most. Like,
Hey, stream. If you saw what his mom looked like, you would not believe they're related.
my mom's white.
I know.
She's white. Dog, they bust through those doors. I'm shaving the facial hair immediately. And they're like, "Hello, Steve."
You look like you sell used Hondas.
I drive used Hondas.
Pretty
I
apt.
have a Honda Odyssey. All right.
Nice
Strongly
car, by the
disagree.
way.
What's good for the most successful corporation is always ultimately good for all of us.
Strongly disagree.
I strongly disagree, only because I benefit in no way of child labor in China. So
Yeah, you only
no,
bid from child labor in the U.S.
U.S. Yeah.
Yeah.
No broadcasting institution, however independent its content, should receive public funding.
Strongly disagree.
I disagree. Our civil liberties are being excessively curbed in the name of counterterrorism.
I don't know because I don't know what all civil liberties are being curbed. Because if they were really curbing that shit, I assume they know they're hiding shit that I don't know about. So I can't answer this question with
The
I
the
don't have-
NSA has your dick pic, Squirt. I don't, but the
You're
NSA
the
does.
only one that doesn't have my dick pic.
Yeah, I would agree. A significant advantage of a one-party state is that it avoids all the arguments that delay progress in a democratic political system.
In a democratic political system, we'll strongly agree. Yeah, I mean definitionally, right? It's more
No.
efficacious to have a dictator push things through. It doesn't mean what they're pushing through is right. It's just the actual system itself.
But the point is that it avoids the arguments that delay it.
Yes, and there are no arguments to delay it in a one-party state. There's no opposing party. There's no arguments at all. So yes, it avoids every single argument that delay progress.
Yeah, but does a democratic system exist without any
with one party?
without any argument?
Yeah. Can you have a democratic political system with one party?
Does AOC align with Hillary Clinton?
But the difference is
they're both Democrats.
But they're not saying that that there are no arguments that can be had on any level.
Would it delay?
It's arguments that delay.
Yeah, would AOC now supporting Hillary Clinton as Speaker of the House?
I don't think it would delay shit. They're the minority. No,
it literally has delayed. We've seen it in the past.
Vast minority. Almost all. Like when Minnesota governor Al Franken, when he hopped in,
but the point is it avoids all arguments. Would there not be any? Zero?
I think what they mean by arguments, I'm doing a little bit of. Yeah, I think what the question means. I am saying.
You're reading the tea leaves here, brother.
No.
In any American or modern system,
put your immigrant answer on the board.
You're also second gen, bitch.
Yeah, well, so I guess
we're both second
gen immigrants.
Yeah,
I'd never thought of that ever. Yeah. I never thought that it was.
Well, now you know. Oh, I'm white. I can't be an immigrant. Here you are.
I never said that.
That was your accent too.
That was.
Although the electronic age makes official surveillance easier, only wrongdoers disagree. Are you Googling accents right now?
No, I'm getting messages on Discord.
Wow. Disagree. I'm going to skip yours. The death penalty should be an option for the most serious crimes.
Strongly agree.
In a civilized society, one must always have people above to be obeyed and people below to be commanded.
Strongly agree.
Agree. Abstract art that doesn't represent anything shouldn't be considered art at all. Strongly disagree. Abstract art? Word? Abstract art? Art that's abstract? Your opinion?
Fuck it.
Is it art?
Well, abstract art is art. Art that doesn't represent anything at all isn't art.
What do you mean?
Abstract art that doesn't represent anything at all would not be art, because as soon as you're not representing something, the act of not representing something becomes representing the act of not representing anything.
The artist who explosive diarrhea onto a canvas and puts that up and has no representation from him doesn't mean that I can't interpret something out of it on my own.
Well, no, but it's not up to you to what it represents unless he says it's up to you to what it represents.
No, it is up to
it is up to what they say.
No, it's always up to the
no, wrong. Big disagree.
Beauty is from the eye of the beholder.
You can't hold bees.
You can't interpret shit. But if it's on a canvas, I can.
No, you just want to shit on a bucket and throw it on
someone else. I want someone else to shit on a bucket and put it on a canvas. Then me look at it and be like,
I think the question can't exist.
That represents my father.
The question is
In criminal justice, punishment should be more important than rehabilitation. More important? No.
Strongly disagree is what I would put.
It is a waste of time to try and rehabilitate some criminals.
Strongly agree.
Agree. The business person and the manufacturer are more important than the writer and the artist.
Strongly agree.
Be safe. Have a good run.
Strongly agree if your art system is eating food.
Disagree. No one should be more important than the other.
Fucking kill me.
Bitch.
Fucking kill me.
Mothers may have careers,
Disagree.
but their first duty is to be a housemaker.
Oh, sorry, I didn't read the second
Finish?
part.
Like a man.
I didn't read the second part.
Male.
The first duty is to be homemakers. You know what? My liberal side's coming out. I'm putting disagree.
That's so. I put strongly disagree because they should be cooking, cleaning, and stuff.
Is that not homemakers?
I'm joking. Almost all politicians promise economic growth, but we should heed the warnings of climate science that growth is detrimental to our efforts to curb global warming.
Agree.
Disagree.
Well, you're such a conservative. Holy shit.
Making peace with the establishment is an important aspect of maturity.
Strongly disagree.
Strongly agree.
That's a big rift.
Astrology accurately explains many things.
Strongly agree. Anyone that believes in astrology is just retarded, and now I know they're retarded because of what they believe in.
You're saying
accurately explains
you
a lot.
agreed? Why are you agreeing to that?
Because if okay, say I'm on a date, right? And the first thing she hops out with is I believe Saturn is in Gatorade or whatever.
You're saying that's your belief. Is you believe that Saturn can tell you that you're gonna
so it's just straight up astrology without the other people. It's not the like tertiary benefits that astrology has in understanding people.
What are you saying?
It is astrology. So say you have someone you're on a first date.
Yeah, it's not that if someone believes in astrology.
So just the astrology itself. Just the astrology itself.
You're saying you can use astrology to know how the future will happen or how like your life is going. This question is, does astrology accurately explain many things?
I think it does.
Not the believers in astrology.
Well, I think that's intertwined.
No, bitch. You're saying because you were born on this day at this time, the moon was in this position. That's why you have cancer.
Communism accurately explains many things. And
it's not saying. That's not the question. Do you believe in astrology?
No.
Then it's disagree, or strongly disagree.
If I'm in a room by myself and no one else exists, I would agree with you.
That's the question. Do other people believing in astrology explain their personality?
But think about this. It's like saying, like, do hot tub streamers accurately explain many things?
No, it's never. It's never saying that.
Like
it's never,
the genre.
That's not how this question is asked. It's not saying it's.
I think the way that they're asking it is dumb, and I think there's more nuance in this question.
I think you're dumb. Here's a very.
I understand what you're trying to say, and I understand how linear you're thinking. I just think that it's more nuanced, and that you can have something that happens to explain something else because of the people. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, it's 5 words.
You're giving me an analism. It's from my asshole quivers.
Penal colony.
Yeah. Penalize is just dick vision. No, it's saying, do you agree that astrology explains many things accurately? Not saying that someone's belief in astrology explain many things. That's not what it's asking. It's like saying,
I understand what you're saying.
It's like saying the human genome explains many things accurately.
But
not saying, oh, people that believe in the human genome explain whether or not they're like reasonable people, blah blah blah. They have the tendency to.
But the human genome would exist in some structure, whether or not we believed it would exist. Astrology itself is purely a human construct.
Yeah, you're wrong. Strongly disagree, and you also strongly disagree. Fuck you. You cannot be moral without being religious.
Strongly disagree. What?
Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged.
Strongly agree.
Disagree.
Let me explain why. Let me explain why. Let me explain why. You can't hate me already. It's the first episode. Did he leave? Wait, did he fucking leave? Let me explain why. Social Security is absolutely dog shit at benefiting the genuinely disadvantaged, because the genuinely disadvantaged people that can't work, the system itself is not to help. It's not, the system is meant to help those people. In actuality, doesn't really help those people. Like, for instance, with me, right? As this ID agoraphobia claim, both times it was accepted, both times they said you had to go see a doctor in Denver, right? I am genuinely disadvantaged. It didn't. If there was a charity program next to me where I could just walk in there, I mean, just definitionally by this, I could walk in there and get actual funds in my hand that one day. The system has failed me. Therefore, I see an example where the system has failed a genuinely disabled person. It does not help the truly disenfranchised. It helps the people that are just disadvantaged enough that they still have the personal autonomy and ability to use the system and to work through the system. Yeah. If you are truly like severely disabled, like there's so many corollaries that go along with that and making it difficult to even get Social Security in the first place. It's easier to get Social Security a lot of the time by doing a whole bunch of bullshit than if your life is actually like in the fucking shit. I grew up with people like this too. Like I grew up with a lot of people like that were not disadvantaged. I mean, they were disadvantaged, but they weren't disadvantaged to the point where they weren't genuinely disadvantaged.
I want the government to help people more than I want the church to.
I agree. I would have the same take you have.
Some people are naturally unlucky.
Strongly agree.
Naturally unlucky?
Naturally unlucky.
Not statistically given like less opportunities in life. Like just like not luck exists.
I think if we're talking luck,
I think luck does not exist.
Statistical abnormalities that continue to happen to make it more statistically abnormal for one person, I think that exists. Do I think there's something pulling the strings? I don't believe so. But I think chance is a thing. And some people, it just...
Well, he's playing WoW.
And this is intuitive.
Chance is playing retail. Chance? So Chance is a thing? He's playing retail right now.
Oh, Chance is playing... No, he's not. He's playing Classic.
No? Check out his stream.
Soda Poppin'?
Yeah.
He's playing retail right now?
Yeah.
He's been playing he's been doing 24 hours a day on Classic.
I made it the fuck up.
Oh,
it is important that my child's school instills religious values.
Strongly disagree.
Jesus took us so fucking long. Sex outside of marriage this is usually immoral. Strongly disagree. You? Sex before marriage?
My sex outside marriage is almost always immoral, so I'm going to go ahead and strongly agree.
Oh, I thought it said oral. It's usually in oral.
Penal colony.
A same-sex couple in a stable living relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption.
Yeah, rational take.
Papography depicting consenting adults should be legal for adult consumption. Yeah. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state.
Ooh, strongly disagree.
You're just talking about like murder, dog.
I'm talking like lopping limbs off and shit.
Yeah, we're talking about sex.
Now who's reading into it?
And you thought astrology meant like
shut up. I strongly agree. Whatever.
No one can feel naturally homosexual.
You're gay as fuck, so I'm gonna go ahead and put strong. I'm gonna put disagree.
Yeah, true. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. Strongly disagree. Not far enough. We should have.
Disagree.
Take.
Disagree.
We should have CS:GO stat track counters on our foreheads that show how many times we came this week. That's my take. The people should know. If you're a gooner, be public about it. All right. This is where you stand.
This is where you stand.
China.
It's China.
I've
Oh
gone
my
down. I've gone down
God,
1
you're
point.
You're such a libertarian.
I went down 1
God.
point. I used to be right here. Now I'm right there.
Wow, how the needle shifts.
Suck my fat second gen.
That's my
cock.
penal colony.
Are you just going out to smoke? We're live, gangster.
We might be live, but the addiction never dies.
Dick colony, diction colony.
Dick vision.
Dick vision.
So I think that was a good. That was definitely not what I thought we would be doing.
You got more questions? Throw me some fucking questions, gamer.
I definitely have questions. I have a couple questions for you if you would like to hear them.
Yeah, that's what
They might be a little personal, so I don't know.
It's about my penal colony.
What are some like some things in dating that you just find absolutely dog shit?
In dating.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the current dating market's expectations for social media engagement. I feel like a lot of dating is inclined to make you publicize the relationship and speak out about it, or else it's not like valid enough. Why won't you post me on your Instagram? Huh? Why aren't you tagging me on your Twitter?
Who do you think propagates that?
Who? It's like a societal thing. I think the idea of being like, most of social media is essentially just like, look what I have, look at the things I like, look at my interest, right? Share my interests so you can like show me that I'm validated.
Yeah.
That's just normalized in all behaviors on social media. So when it comes to a relationship, if you're not seeing that type of return from like that person, it's seen as a negative, right? If I post like, oh, I went to a concert, I better get like fucking 30 likes on that fucking post. If I have at least like 500 friends or followers, whatever, I better get fucking 30 likes or else people hate me.
How do you think that the normatization of that started? How do you think like that worked into our system?
Harambe. Yeah, it all started with the shooting of Harambe. Tell me anyone in this chat disagrees.
Yeah. No.
Harambe was not the cause of people being like, look at my thing and react. Kobe 2012.
Coney, free Coney. Free Coney.
Yeah, free Coney.
Yeah, free Coney.
It was not free Coney. Coney was a African warlord. Not free Coney. It was Coney 2012.
Yes.
Yes. That is where I'm at. I think that there is such a huge expectation of like popularize your interests and the things that you are invested in, and there better be a return. And so in the dating market, if you're not constantly posting your fucking partner, you're not constantly talking about like, oh, I love her so much, or oh, I love him so much, or look at this date we went on. Here's a picture of food. If you're not doing that, then you're like subpar. I don't like that about dating. What about you? What's your things about dating that you don't like?
Oh, women are the worst. So what are some that you actually like? What are some dating standards that you're like, I really, really enjoy this standard. I think this is ethically super solid. And it's like, it's, where whatever direction you're oriented towards is that. In your utopic world.
Wait, so what do you dislike? What's something about dating that you don't like right now?
There's not a whole bunch. I mean, I think I don't know. There's not a whole bunch that I hate about dating culture, to be honest. I can't think of much that it's like really. There's like little things. There's like expectations. There's some double standards that exist out there. People having to pay for certain things, expectations on like, here's like For some reason, and I don't know how this even started, but there's this thing where you're supposed to have sex by the third date. And I've never
Sex by
adhered
the
to that.
third date?
Yeah, it's supposed to be the third date. After the third date, you're supposed to have sex. And I've never adhered to that. I've never known anybody that's like been like, yeah, this is the thing.
I've never heard that before.
But I've heard it everywhere. That's supposed to be like sex is the third date. So it's really interesting that doesn't map on to like anything I experienced. What are some wonky things about dating? Okay, here's one. I don't like that some people, okay, you know how there's different phases for dating? There's like people say like there's this talking stage, there's the dating stage, there's like the exclusive stage, stuff like that, right? Yeah. I find some of that to be hot dog shit. I think as soon as you went on the first date with someone, you are dating them. You are dating them, you went on a date, it's the fucking verb is right there. You have went on the date, you are verb. So I think it's wild that some people try to like normalize. I shouldn't even say normalize because I think it actually is pretty normal. But they'll be like, I went on like 5 dates this week with like 5 different people. I'm not dating anybody. We're just in the talking phase. No, you're past the talking phase because you went on a date. As soon as you know what, I'm just harping.
Okay. What's your next question?
How much porn is too much porn?
You first.
Oh, you're not gonna get me with that gotcha. How much porn is too much porn?
For me, I think if it ever
for you and then society.
Yeah, so if it ever becomes, oh no, it's all about society.
No. For you and then society.
I don't think I have enough porn. I don't think that there's a number I could be to where it's like that's too much.
So you need to step your shit up.
I mean, okay. I mean, also for me, I guess. I mean, my same prescription would go to society because I just don't engage in that much porn. I think if it's ever conflicting with your responsibilities as a person in society, then that's too much porn. You know, if it's keeping you from like getting to work on time, if it's keeping you from sleeping on time, if it's causing you to like miss events or appointments, that's too much. You should chill.
And I would assume you have that same stance for like a whole bunch of other things similarly too.
Yeah, like, most things in life should be to the point where it's not inflicting any type of detriment to like the rest of the part of your life. So whether that's drinking or smoking or gaming, it all is just like you have to become more optimal with the society as at large in your responsibilities.
So there's no like moral loading you have on porn at all, intuitive or otherwise. It's just straight up, as long as it's not interfering with your day-to-day behavior, just straight utility.
Are you useful?
Sometimes.
If you watch like 100 porn videos a day, but like you can still pay your bills, you can still take care of the people you need to take care of and yourself. You're not dying, you're not in need. That's fine. You're good.
Okay, I like the take.
For me, you can smoke meth and still be like a good guy. Okay. I'm not upset with like drug users. If I'm a meth head and I smoke meth 10 times a day, it's a lot of meth. Am I still going to work? Am I still taking care of myself, my health, my house, my family? Fuck it.
Okay. Here's a part 2.
Where's yours?
Say my
how much porn is too much porn?
I think it depends. I think it's super subjective. I think it depends on the user for sure. If you're thinking of porn if you're the kind of person that gets addicted to things, you have like a high chance to be addicted. You have like an addictive personality, they call it.
Yeah.
I think just less porn than the average is probably good for you. But I mean, I think our takes would be pretty similar. Besides that, I got a part 2 for you. And this one, I think you will really appreciate. It really maps on with you, Yeah. Say like we had like an editor, right? Like we got an editor for the channel, or there was someone that hopped on the stream and was like, I want to get to know Techie for Techie more. If you get accused of sexual harassment, how would you gaslight your way out of it?
I wouldn't.
Say you had to.
Someone accused me of sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Well, if it's true, it's true. If it's not, it's not. That's it.
But you had to gaslight your way out of it.
I don't know if I know how to gaslight well enough. I'd be like,
what a good gaslight.
I get what is gaslighting. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Right there.
Next question.
If you had $100 million to fund any video game sequel to your liking, what game would it be?
100 million.
And what would happen in the game?
It would be Final Fantasy Advanced Tactics on the Game Boy.
Wouldn't be like Leisure Suit Larry Part 8?
I don't even know what that is.
Nice gaslight. Okay, Final Fantasy Final Fantasy Tactics.
Advanced
Okay.
Tactics.
Advanced Tactics.
I'd like to see a PC version. I'd like it to be expanded on. I think currently the game that's there has like a story mode that's completable in 10 hours. I would like to see it become like a Skyrim epic level game where there's much more story content. We're looking like a 100-hour game. You?
Oh, damn. I would have all the cast and writers for Planescape Torment 1. And I would create, because they made it 2, but it was dog shit and it didn't have anything to do with the main character. I would have him go from fighting in the Blood War, and then I would have that carry on going through the different, levels of hell through Baator and onwards. And then figure out what the fuck the Lady of Pain is too, and have that be like canonized for like extra lore purposes. But I think like the Nameless one has like so much more stuff that can happen with his character. So yeah, that's what I would spin it on.
Oh yeah. All right, what's our next question here?
Ooh. Why the fuck do you like beans and cottage cheese?
Oh, true. My food take. Look, I used to be in pretty good shape. I used to be a wrestler. I liked being athletic, and a very good breakfast is just boiled black beans. Then you like drain out the water, and then you just mix it with cottage cheese. It's good in protein. It's good in fucking macros. I like it.
You don't find that the texture, doubling down on the textures, is just fucking wild? Doubling down on the mushy on top of mushy.
Are you autistic?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I don't give a fuck about texture. I'm also autistic, but I don't have the texture phobia, dog.
Oh yeah, big texture here. That's wild. You're supposed to have different textures in your foods.
No,
Mix and match.
I don't give a shit, dog. I could eat like salami on Ritz crackers.
So you do smooth peanut butter.
I do both.
You go both ways.
I do whatever is on sale at the grocery store, peanut butter. Also, Skippies.
I have Skippies here somewhere. I just got into Skippy. I was a Jif guy.
Yeah.
I just got into Skippy. I think Skippy Master Race. I'm really starting to.
I don't know if I say Master Race. It's kind of loaded, but
well, you would.
You're second gen, bitch.
You're a fucking immigrant. Shut up.
I'm glad we both are second gen here.
That is wild. I had never thought of that.
Yeah. Let's see. Scorp, what is your most hated video game mechanic?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm not sure we could call it necessarily. I think we could call it a mechanic, maybe. Hitboxers that are egregiously outside of whatever is visually happening. And it seems to be a mechanic in the way that like Souls type games use them. And they're like, if the purpose shouldn't. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. Here's a mechanic. I'll say that. The mechanic is some video games that don't post strictly in like some type of lore or flavor, that you have to die to come back and learn something. In some games, Planescape Torment's a good example. You have to die to come back, and you keep learning things based off of that. The death itself is the actual mechanic, and you don't get harmed by doing so. Sometimes you get
like the intro of Sekiro, right?
Sure.
There's these games where the first boss you meet is like ultimately undefeatable. Technically, you can, but like you're meant to die. Like you're meant to lose that battle, and then you come back to like a different scene.
I don't mind that as much as some mechanics that any rational, reasonable, good video game player would run into at the stage that they're supposed to be there, and they get literally one shot by something that is completely non-intuitive. And the purpose is to like, you're supposed to die playing these games over and over and over to like figure what the mechanics are to finally beat the boss. And the gratification you get is how much work you put in to learn the mechanics for that shit. I think it's dog shit. I think for a good boss fight, it should be intuitive and That's that. More intuitive mechanics in video games. I really don't like the whole die to learn shit mechanic if it's not flavor from the video game itself. If it wasn't said in lore that you're supposed to die and come back, I think it's so fucking dog shit. Which is why, like in something like a Dark Souls game, there are no players that have never played like a Souls game for the first time. They're making a playthrough and they just never die. Just inherently by the challenge itself of like the video game, people. Their entire life, some people's entire life is based around making money playing a video game and not dying playing that video game. It's just not fun. You don't feel good dying unless you're the kind of person that's like, I'm going to die over and over so I can finally beat this boss. I don't want to do that. You know how, sorry for rambling, by the way. You know how you have like a large boss hit the ground, some kind of ground slam, and then like the rocks fly up. But like there'll be like 2 or 3 rocks that fly up in this direction, but it's actually the actual, ability has a hidden hitbox that's like 2 times the size of the animation. They try to justify it as the rocks hit you and you fucking died, but nothing actually touched you. That's dog shit game mechanics. That's just bad. And everyone's, I can say that's objectively bad. I think if you think it's not bad, you're a detriment to the community. How about that? There's a take.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the last little segment that we're gonna fucking call the stream. It's getting late. Which is the Overwatch tier list. Jesus, there's fucking I don't have a pop-up blocker. You have a pop-up blocker on yours?
I use Opera, so I don't have to really worry about it.
I'm gonna give you this link. I want you to share your screen, and I'll go to the site.
Okay.
All right, then in Talk Studio, hit share.
So I have to close all my pornography?
No, it does. It shares that one tab. Share just a tab.
Solid.
Hit share, then screen, and it'll show you like the tabs.
Yeah. Overwatch 2, got it.
All right, and show on stream. Here we go. This is the Overwatch 2 character tier list for most or least bangable. All right, Scorp.
You sure you don't want to do Marvel Rivals?
We can do Marvel Rivals. You want to
that would be like one that.
All right, hit Marvel Rivals. You want me to get you the link?
Yeah.
Okay, here's your link in the Discord. Just click that, and when you go to share screen, just choose the.
Okay, let me go ahead and make this a little bigger, a little smaller.
All right.
Okay,
We're gonna take turns. So you get the first character, and then I will get the second.
Ooh, Hulk.
Go on. Yeah.
Is this just like objectively, or is this like coming from a straight guy, or?
This is you.
I mean, I'm not getting much pleasure out of Hulk being
right.
a large straight dude. But then again, if this was like a tier list for the character being in like a porn or like a hentai or something, I think it'd be a different tier list.
All right, D for you. You're not banging the Hulk.
I don't think I'm having sex with the Hulk.
Doctor Strange. I'm putting him at a B tier. All right,
Captain America, maybe a little higher than Hulk, I guess, because accessibility.
Okay. Groot is S tier. S tier. He could make the sap to suck your sock, dude.
Imagine trying to get the cum out of a nice thick oak.
He can make flower petals, dog. He can be flowery. His grissy.
I feel like Venom would be B tier.
B tier.
He could make holes.
Magneto. I would put him low, but he is a Holocaust survivor, so you got to throw him some dick.
American Dante. Penny is 21, by the way.
Good to know. Thank you, American Dante. That's good to know. I have Magneto at C tier. C tier because Holocaust survivor. So
based. Thor. I'm gonna put it D tier. I'm gonna put D tier for Thor. I'm not getting much out of him.
Okay. Penny Parker is S tier. S tier for sure. 21 years old. Apparently plays
Okay.
American Dante.
Solid. He goes psych. She's
All right.
14. Gotcha, bitch.
You got the Punisher.
Yeah, I think the Punisher would just. Is this just one-on-one sex or like group sex or I don't?
It's just you and him.
I guess D. Yeah, I'm.
All right, we got Storm, also S tier. She can make it wet.
She can
All
make it dry.
You have Hawkeye. I realize that the order of this is man. You get every man, and I get every woman.
No shot. Oh my God, you're right.
Go Hawkeye.
Except for, oh fuck. Okay. And maybe like Captain America tier.
Okay. Hella is gonna be B tier. She scares me. I'm not excited.
Okay. Black Panther. I feel like I'm gonna get hit with like.
Social responsibility here.
Yeah, this is loaded to fuck. I'm gonna put him above the white man.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Magic. That's S tier. She knows how to control a sword. Dude.
Yeah, but bangs are dog shit.
What?
You heard me. Moon Knight. I feel like higher. I feel like B tier. I feel like Moon Knight would be B tier.
Okay. Squirrel Girl. That is S tier. Also S tier.
She can get a nut.
Your turn.
Black Widow. A tier, maybe. I feel like she could put up with a lot of abuse. Not in any kind of, you know what I maybe.
Yeah, she can take a fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Marvel Cinematic Universe reference. Anyways, yeah. Iron Man. You know for sure he has mastered the technology behind a fleshlight, and he has that installed somewhere.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That's A tier.
Yeah. And so it's Spider-Man, webbing.
It's sticky. It got grip.
I don't want it to be sticky.
It got grip.
C tier.
Okay, Scarlet Witch. She could play out your wildest fantasies. That's S tier.
Yeah, fuck. And then I get goddamn Winter Soldier. D tier. I don't know. What the fuck is this? You got all the chicks and I got every dude.
Star-Lord. Star-Lord's going to be D tier. He's too into the 80s.
Respect. Namor, A tier.
Why?
Always wet.
That's true. All right. Psylocke, B tier.
Why?
You miss one text or like you're 5 minutes late to replying. I feel like she's at your house. She's at the crib.
That's so hot. Okay.
Right.
Wolverine. Yeah, D tier.
Iron Fist is going to be SC. B tier. All right. He found the Zen. He'll have the perfect rhythm for the
float
like that Destiny video. All right. Your turn.
Mr. Fantastic. I'm going A tier.
A tier. All right. No, no explanation needed. Loki. Similar to Scarlet Witch. S tier.
Mantis. I mean, if you're having sex with someone and they're putting you to sleep, it's probably not great.
Well, she can do more than just put you to sleep. She can put you into a fantasy world.
Oh, she could, couldn't she? Yeah, she could hop on your head and just. Yeah, I mean, S tier. Then there's just so many things she can do.
Rocket Raccoon is gonna be the lowest of D tier. Okay, we don't fuck with animals here. The lowest of D tier. I said the lowest of D tier. The lowest of D tier. The lowest of D tier. Your turn.
Cloak and Dagger threesome S tier.
S tier.
Oh yeah.
Luna Snow, the top front row of S tier.
Yeah, didn't have to tell me. I fucking know that one. Adam Warlock, spells and shit. Yeah, I guess if you choke to death, you can come back. There's probably some function. B.
Okay. Jeff the Land Shark is next to Rocket Raccoon, but higher than Rocket Raccoon.
Wait, you're telling me that you would fuck Wolverine
shark?
before you'd fuck Jeff the Shark?
What?
Yeah.
Would you have sex with the dolphin?
No. Next.
What? Say it was like the hottest, sexiest dolphin. you've ever.
Next. Invisible Woman. Where are you putting her?
Invisible Woman. Crazy game of hide and seek. I'd have to go like, yeah, S tier, yeah, for sure, hide and seek. But she's really high maintenance though, so maybe A tier.
Okay. All right. That is our lineup.
So proud of us.
All right. Anything else for the stream? Anything else you want to get off your chest? Your views on Rocket Raccoon as a pillow pet? It's like Pillow Princess, but animalistic.
Well, like Rocket Raccoon can build you flashlights made out of like weird household objects. Yeah, he's a tinker.
Yeah, so it's Tinkerbell, but she's like 5 inches tall.
Okay, would you fuck Tinkerbell? You should have ended it right there. You should have. That was the perfect time to end it.
All right, guys, it was great. It was great seeing everybody here. Thanks for
Put it on
being in the
YouTube.
chat. It was so good. Would you fuck Tinkerbell?
That's the question I asked.